Hey, how's everybody doing? Hi, my beautiful Stephanie. Hello, my beautiful Tama. You guys are in quite early. Thank you for your donations, my sweet love. Today you're good. Oh, I like it. Was there anything different? Did anything good happen? Deactivating. Okay. All right. I'm going to check that out, sweetie. But I'm glad today your answer's good. I'm going to start this off with our beautiful Stephanie. Then I'm going to go and see you, my beautiful love, Tamai, and then we're going to go and see Love Shine. Hey, Watson, nice to see you, sweetie pie. If Love Shine is around, if you can post your questions. Hello, my beautiful Julie. How are you doing, sweetheart? How are you doing, my lovely? It is nice to see you. So we are starting this off with absolutely, my beautiful Julie. I'm going to go and let you know when it's going to be your turn on Messenger, okay? I probably have about 15, 20 minutes before, maybe about 15 minutes before I'm with you, my love. You say you deactivated your Instagram, which is how you communicate. Okay, and you just need a mental break, you think. Not check it and stuff. And that's a good idea. The best way, honestly, to kind of cut everything is to do that. I know that you're still going to ask yourself questions and you're still going to wonder, but at least it's not readily available, like already there. So makes sense, my love. All right. We're going to go and check that out. Just give me a couple minutes. We're going to start this off with Stephanie. Stephanie, you are at, I'm going to put you at 2 minutes. Tama, you're up in about 3-4 minutes, my love. So about 10-15 minutes, Julie, you're going to be next. So my beautiful Stephanie, let's go see what we've got, sweetie. So your first one is right over here, and then you're wondering if you notice a difference in dating others to you. All right, sweetie, let's go and see. All right, so we're going to start off with your first question, and then we're going to move on forward to the second. You did well coming on in early, Tamai too. Now you don't have to wait too long for your answers. All right, so let's look into the energy and see what we've got. I've got our Ten of Swords in reverse, which does show that there is a certain amount of regret. The Ten of Swords is very heavy. It's very burdensome as we walk away. But as it is into reverse, it is not as burdensome. It is not as problematic. The Ace of Swords, yes, we do definitely think about it. The death and the rebirth. Absolutely, with the death card popping on through and the star. Does he wish that he would have done things into a different kind of way? I'm going to say yes. When I look into the energy around Jay and whether he has actually noticed a difference between dating others and what he shared with you, I feel like there is such a sense of reflection. There is a great sense of comparison that is there. Now, the energy is suggesting that I feel like he may have become more aware of certain qualities that you brought into his life. Things like an emotional connection, being close to one another, so a certain familiarity, the support, the way that you understood him. And sometimes it's only after experiencing something, that is different or something that is difficult that we actually realize how important that connection or that person is. And I feel like that's what he's actually recognizing at this moment. And that is part of another element that is coming on in to say this relationship is meaningful into a deeper way. And I'm now recognizing the changes and modifications that are coming from it. And honestly, he does hope that he could have done better with it. So now, that being said, it doesn't mean that he has a clear realization, though, or that he's ready to act onto the feelings. But the energy feels like it's more of an inner reflection, a quiet reflection, thinking about what was unique about you, what was unique about your connection, and how to kind of compare to other different type of experiences. So I'm going to go and look into the energy, what I can get from that. All right. So when we look at all of this all together, when we compare, and I'm sorry, I did say that I was answering your first one, but I'm not answering your first one. I'm answering your second question. I know, here I am thinking, I didn't do your first, I did your second. This is where the comparisons are coming from, sweetheart. So he does notice that there is a difference. It's not as comfortable. It's not as he wished that it would have actually have been. He wishes when he actually looks at the people that, and I'm not saying he's dating people at this moment. I do believe that he has met a couple people here and there, but not necessarily dated them. But the connection is not the same. The connection is completely different, and just the bond is not necessarily there. So there is, with our star, a hope and a desire that, you know, what if we would have made things? What if we would have done things a little bit differently? But there is always a thought of you that is there. Is it as heavy as it used to be? Not quite, but we still do see that we do have barriers. Like if he goes out and he meets somebody new, he's not starting off from point zero there where there's nothing and everything is good and let's just see where everything happens. He's starting off already with barriers that are up. He's already starting off not feeling quite comfortable, but kind of getting into it anyways, just to kind of see a little bit, testing the waters. So I'm going to say, has he noticed a difference in dating others to you? There's no doubt about it. But again, I am going to specify that I do not believe as though he is dating continuously like the same person or anything of the such. Let's go see what I get a little bit into the message coming from that before I go and see your other question. Honestly, it's about not truly fully quite understanding, I'm going to say, everything that he had at that time when he was with you, and now realizing it. It's about recognizing that certain things were special, even if he didn't say it, and that he actually should have realized it and he should have held on to it. So I'm going to say the guidance for you over here is to remember that, I mean, your value is yours. It is what it is. The love, the effort, the qualities, everything that you have brought into the relationship, you gave from the depthness of your heart. What is important to know is that he is wanting to, or anyways, he would have liked to have given you the exact same thing, but was unavailable to give you that. And since he was unavailable, now he kind of feels bad for that. If we go and see his feelings and intentions towards you, we're going to go to the first ones now for true. Happy Sunday to you, sweetie. Hi, Valerie. How are you doing, my beautiful love? It is nice to see you also. How was your weekend, sweetie pie? Let's go see your first question, my beautiful Valerie. Tamai, you are on up next. We are looking for love shine if ever we do see love shine. If we don't, I'll just pull out her usuals. Mentally ill, Mary. How are you doing, sweetie? Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you, my love. I'm going to place you right after Julie, sweetheart. So here we go, and let's go see how he is feeling towards you at this moment and everything of the such. My beautiful mentally ill Mary, sweetheart, I do want to say you're going to be up in about 15 minutes or so, all right? Yeah, I'll say about 15, 16 minutes. So if you do have anything that you have to do into the meanwhile, you can do it and you'll still be good, and you can come back, or you can stick around with us. I have three people ahead of you at this moment, my love. So, sweetie, what do we have for you, my dear beautiful? Into the energy around Jay, his feelings, his intentions. There's still a lot of weight that is there. It's still there. The want and the connection is still there. The sorrow for having left. This is I'm leaving. This is I've left. I've acknowledged. This is where we're at. What do I do with it after? Completely acknowledges that everything is moving into such a slow pace kind of a way. So for the moment, what we can actually see with this is the energy feels like he's reflecting onto the past. He's reflecting upon the connection The Lovers is also coming on in with an element of decision. There's always a decision that goes along with the Lovers. We must decide something. Is it going to be yes? Is it going to be no? Or are we going to stay into the stagnant zone? That's a decision also. But a decision needs to be made, and that decision is not yet made. I keep seeing him returning back to a decision of, let's just kind of meet up. Let's just see what we can do, let's say, as friends. Like, I keep seeing him going back a little bit into that zone. So I feel like this is the energy of him, yes, reflecting onto the past. Yes, what happened, but I feel like he doesn't know how to communicate those thoughts very openly. So I'm going to say Jay does realize that he did disappoint you, that he did let you down. He does realize the energy is there and that there's the awareness that is there. But it feels like he may recognize that certain choices or actions or lack of communication affected you more deeply than he actually understood at that time. So he would have done something, he would have said something, he would have acted into a kind of a way. And into his mind, it was ordinary or had no repercussions to it or very minimal. But for you, it was quite the contrary. But he is now realizing that. But at that time being, he was not into that emotional space or that emotional maturity to actually figure that out and realize it. So there is an energy of regret. There is an energy that feels mixed with pride, with uncertainty, with, I'm going to say, difficulty, really just even admitting his vulnerability. And so, yes, he feels remorse, but he struggles to take the steps to change it. So I can feel remorse and I can feel, oh, so sorry. But if I'm not going to do anything about it, yeah, okay, I'm still feeling sorry, but there's nothing is healed. Nothing is helped. So it's like he doesn't know and he's not ready to make things right. So let me go and see what I'm getting into his messages for you, my sweet love. Seven of Swords. He knows that he's been unfair. He wants to come clean to you. He's been thinking about you, never quite let you go. He wants to find that happiness again, perhaps someday with you. There's moments where he basically wishes that he would have handled things differently, and he didn't express himself into the right way. And he figures that there was somewhat of an impact onto his actions. And part of him wonders what could have been different. And that is always a little bit lingering with him. So I'm going to say that he fears disappointing you again, facing the emotions that are connected to the past at the same time, where he needs to show a lot of vulnerability, where he needs to let his guard down. But I'm also going to say the guidance over here is to pay attention not only to his feelings, but also to his actions. So healing and rebuilding trust is going to require from him some openness, some accountability, and it's going to have to come the effort from both sides. For the moment, he's not quite ready to do that, but he would like to be able to do it. So I'm going to say the message for you is that from him, your feelings did matter, and the love that you gave was real. But your heart also deserves honesty, consistency, and reassurance, and he was not able to give that to you at the moment. It was so good like I predicted. Oh, I love it. I love it when I predict so good things. I'm glad you had a great weekend, sweetheart. Stephanie, I'm sending you much love, sweetheart. Jonathan is a work in progress, is what we're going to call him. Tamai, I'm going to put you at 14 minutes. Let's go see. All right. And then I'm also going to go and tell Julie that it's going to be her turn. Okay. Let's go and see. Here we go, my love. Julie is next. All right. So today you took a really, really big step. It's not an easy step. Not an easy step. And I'm proud of you for taking it. I know that you thought about it, and I know that you're probably even thinking about it in different kind of ways. But you did it. So good for you. Let's go see what this mental break and if he realized and everything of the such. All right. Page of Cups. King of Wands. You've created curiosity. Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. By pulling away, you've actually kind of made it him want to kind of come on back. Look at those strong cards. King of Pentacles. All right. Well, look. I know that this has been really, really emotional for you. The decision to walk away from the platform where you guys actually stayed connected. But when I look into Jay's energy around you deactivating your Instagram, I feel like there's a sense of notice and there's a great sense of curiosity. These are very powerful cards. Page of Cups is about love and offerings. We've got two kings. We've got our King of Wands and we have our King of Pentacles. Wands is taking action. Pentacles is holding on to you. It's the abundance is what you bring. The Ace of Pentacles giving somewhat of an offer coming on out. We do have a transition, so this is where the rupture happened, and we do have over here our Ten of Cups. Our Ten of Cups is into the rain. It is the before tarot. There's different tarot decks. This one is the before, so it's the before what actually happened over here. So we're into a place where we're looking for happiness. We're looking for something good, but we haven't quite found it yet. But I mean, the opportunity is still there. So when I look into the energy altogether, I feel like you actually deactivating really brought that curiosity. I feel like this change kind of caught his attention altogether, sweet pie. And there's like somewhat of a shift. Yeah. Now, I am going to be very careful and very cautious in what I'm saying, but I am going to say within his energy, there has been a shift. So you stepping back, you creating space, and you focusing onto yourself has created a shift where we've got less worries, less boundaries, and we're looking towards a future. But we seem to be holding on to you over here quite strongly. So there's a lot of mixed feelings right now because an action has been taken onto his behalf. You reacted, you had an action onto your side, and this created what we've got into this little melody of mixology, I will say, of feelings. So part of him is wondering why you did it. Like, oh my gosh, never thought she would do that. Why did she do that, right? Part of him is wondering what you're feeling, whether this means that you're moving on. You've just given on up. And that's, again, something he did not necessarily, ponder upon. So there's a feeling of him reflecting on the connection and the absence of the usual type of communication or the absence of the usual format of communication that has now been severed. So regarding what he may be feeling or desiring, the energy over here shows that he still has emotions that are very strong that are connected to you. I feel like he's trying to process the breakup, if you will, into his own way. I do still feel like he is desiring that peace and that clarity, such as you have granted for yourself today. But there's a certain understanding and there's a hesitation about how to approach a situation now. You've kind of added on in an element of surprise. He was not expecting this in any kind of shape, form, or way. And now I kind of feel as though he's a little bit into a place where, I'm not going to say confusion, but not far from. Not far from. Like you just pulled like a wild card onto this one. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting over here, sweetie. I'm gonna take on out, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna take on out actually I'm just gonna take out one deck with some messages. I was gonna take out message cards, but I prefer the tarot, so I'm gonna take out the tarot cards. Yeah. Oh, I know, they're fantastic cards that came up there. Oh, it's definitely in progress. Definitely, my love. The Tamai, advice for you, honestly, let it be for the moment. Same advice as yesterday, sweetheart. What you've done today, if you kind of reactivate it right away, I mean, now you're into a place where there's decisions that must be made. All right. Yesterday, you were into a place where it's a no. Today, you're into a place where decisions need to be made, and the tower is no longer up and making you fall and making a huge catastrophe, but it is in reverse, which is saying the catastrophe has passed on by. Now it is time for healing, and now it is time to make that decision. So what you actually did today is you actually brought yourself right back into the picture by doing that, by taking a break, by taking a mental space. You have created a zone of uncertainty, of thoughtfulness onto his side, made him think about it, and now he's going to ponder a little bit more. So we need him to ponder. He's going to ponder and ponder and ponder. And within the following week, now I'm sure he has another way to actually contact you, maybe by email, maybe by phone, or anything else. If you have no news from him into the following week because you have no other means of communicating other than Instagram, then maybe you'll want to reinstall your Instagram, send him a little bit of message, or wait a day or two and see if he's going to send you a message because he sees that you're back on Instagram. All right? But something is, in the energy that I can see at this moment, something is going to be coming towards you. So I'm going to say, just for the moment, let it be. And I'm still going to keep the week that I said. Keep that 5 to 7 days of you take care of you. He's going to take care of him. He's going to figure out his stuff. He's going to figure out what happened with this shift at the same time. Let him be curious about it. Let him ponder. Let him worry. And let's see how his energy shifts and how he turns on back if he does. That's what you got to do, sweetheart. Right now, you kind of have the upper hand. So, yeah, 5 to 7 days, okay? And hopefully this energy is going to continue to shift into the way where he's going to be so darn curious that he's going to reach on out. But we'll deal with that when that happens. But for today, your energy from yesterday went to, let's give this a pause. You need to leave him his space. But yes, he does still care, does still love. Today, he still cares, he still loves. But today, he's worried. Today, he's worried about the shift. And now he's wondering what the heck happened. So now he's worried. And he's very curious. Worried and curious in combination with love often brings movement. So my beautiful, keep on being strong. I know, it's nice to have the upper hand for once. Good for you, my love. I hope this continues like that. You deserve the very best, sweetie pie. I'm just going to go and get Julie's questions, and I'm going to go and find Julie after. So one moment. Here we go. And voila. Thank you, everybody, for waiting so patiently. I'm going to be with you, sweet loves, in just a few moments. So I've got our beautiful Jillian, who is there. I've got Sheila, who is here. All right. I've got Valerie and I've got Julie. Okay, so I am going to update the list. So Julie is on up next. Then we're going to move on forward to Jillian, sweetie. And then we're going to go and see our beautiful Sheila, and then we're going to go and see Valerie, followed out by Love Shine. All right. So Julie, Jillian, Sheila, Valerie, and Loveshine is the list that we have for the moment. Let me go and find Julie. So just one little moment, my sweet loves. So Jillian, you're up in about 5 minutes top. Sheila, 7-8 minutes, sweetheart. Valerie, about 10 minutes, my love. Alrighty. Here we go. Okay. Let's go on sim. Let's do this. Let's do that. Where do we have our beautiful Julie? Hello, High Priestess. How are you doing, sweetheart? All right. So let's go over here. I hope everything is going well, my beautiful, with yeah, with you know who, the person that you live with. Just one moment. I'm going to notify Julie. Okay. It is done. Let's go see if she's onto the other side. Hey, Loveshine! How are you doing, sweetie pie? Would you like to send me your questions, sweetie, or send me an email with your questions, my love? I've been looking for you since the very beginning. I hope everything is good with you, my love. So we're going to start this off for our beautiful Julie, and here we go, sweetheart. Well, let's go and see what we've got. You came on in quickly. Well, let's go see. So I'm just going to go right over here. Yeah, it's very simple, very simple. Nothing very complex. Well, let's go see what we've got. So Jillian, Sheila, and Valerie are going to be on up next. Loveshine, whenever you're ready, you can post your questions. Unless they are your usual, then we're good. All right. First one coming on through is our Wheel of Fortune. I like the Wheel of Fortune, but I dislike it at the same time. The Wheel of Fortune has beautiful attributes to it of things that are moving. So life, path, faith, all those things. What is meant to happen shall happen, and it is happening along its way. But at the same time, it does also kind of speak about certain cycles, things that kind of go around. And sometimes we just kind of want to get out of that cycle. We want to get out of it. So here we go with the both worlds. We've got the black and we've got the white. We've got contrast is what we have actually going on. And this is about what is fair and what is not fair. This is about hope. It's about passion. It's about trying to find the very own truth at the very bottom of it all and trying to make the right decision upon our path. He's not wanting to play any games with you. He's not. He's not even being sneaky in any kind of shape, form, or way. I'm not interested in playing games, sweetheart. And here we go with our beautiful Empress. You are still showing as those beautiful attributes of not only being beautiful inside, but also outside with a beautiful nurturing factor. When I look into this energy around Mike and yourself and the connection that you both have, there's a bond that is there that carries a lot of warmth and a lot of emotion. There's also a lot of quietness, and there's a lot of distance. Distance not into an emotional distance, but distance into the fact that there's not necessarily a lot of moments where you guys get to meet on up. So the energy feels like someone who has many, many feelings. So Mike has many feelings, but keeps all those things inside. And that's where the major problem of the whole relationship lies into, is he has many feelings, but has a lot of issues expressing them. So his energy comes on through as one that is always very thoughtful, one that is always reflective, somewhat even always a little bit kind of going into an over, thoughtfulness, an overthinking, if you will. So it feels like he may think about the connection and the moments that you guys shared, but he also has a tendency to kind of retreat into his own world, or take a very long time to process his emotions. And then you end up wondering, oh, what the heck is going on? Does he still care? Does he still love? Does he still want? Does he still think? And all those things. Now, the long periods of silence, I feel, is the biggest challenge into this connection, which again, I do have to say, does not mean that there is a lack. There is no lack whatsoever. He is holding on to you and he is still looking towards the future. Although the way that he acts is sometimes different, into his emotions, not his actions. So I'm going to say it shows that he needs clearer communication and effort so that he can make the relationship grow forward. And he knows that he is the main one. He is the main character who has to be able to do that, to make things move on forward. So what I'm getting for you over here is he doesn't always show how he feels, but the connection has a lot of meaning to him. He thinks about you even when he's quiet. He moves slowly because he has his own thoughts and he has his own emotions to work through. And like I said, he overthinks everything. But at this moment, the guidance coming towards you is to encourage you to pay attention not only to feelings, but also to a certain amount of consistency. Because love is important, the connection needs to be healthy and bring somewhat of some presence also. So he knows that he's going to have to start to show presence, he's going to have to start showing more communication, and he's going to have to start showing more effort. Because at this moment, there is love and there is desire and there is affection, but he's not showing it. He's keeping it within. So you can feel it onto an energetic level, but you're not feeling it into the real world. And that's what you want. You want to feel it by messages. You want to feel it by phone calls, by meetups, all those things. Different ways of connecting. So for the moment, that's what I'm seeing. So I'm definitely going to have to say over here, his feelings for you, basically, I've said a lot of things, but I mean, his feelings for you have not changed. His thoughts for the relationship are still the same. He still wants it. He still wants to move on forward. But his major issues is he's really, really careful on what he does, onto his boundaries. He tends to overthink, and when he overthinks, he secludes himself. He brings everything within, and then you kind of end up like with our Wheel of Fortune, getting back stuck into that cycle over and over and over again. And at some point, he knows that he's got to get out of that cycle, because otherwise it is what it is. It's difficult to get out of, right? Let me give you a couple messages along the way, sweetheart. I know. I absolutely. At least he is consciously aware. Absolutely, sweetie. Poll yesterday as usual and today. Absolutely, my beautiful love shine. I shall do that, sweetheart. Thank you so very much, my beautiful. High Priestess, thank you also, sweetie. High Priestess, you're going to be up in about 25 minutes, my love. I will leave you a timestamp if you do need, though. That is a reading for your relationship, too, into the feelings and the relationship, because the relationship at this moment, it has too many boundaries that are stopping him from moving forward. Not because he doesn't love you. You do have our Queen of Cups that is showing on through. Yes, I did, my beautiful Julie. But I'm also pulling out other cards as you're saying it. So yes, relationship is the same thing. As you can see, he still has his own little boundaries and his own barriers over here, which is keeping the relationship completely stagnant. But I mean, his love for you is here with our Queen of Cups. It hasn't changed. So the relationship is still into the movement forward. Into the last spread, I switched up decks. I did use this one, and we had our Three of Wands that pulled up. Our Three of Wands was his movement forward towards the relationship, what he wants. So we do see that it is there and it is moving on down, but yeah, we need to break down his barriers. His barriers are issues. They're way too high. It's like he's that's it. Yeah, we need to remove them. We need to remove them. It's like he thinks he's electric or hydroelectric, you know, those, I don't want to say the word, it sounds bad in English because it's a swear word, but it's also something that keeps water. You know, the dam? That. It's way too high. He's got to lower it. Way too high. Basically what he wants from you, my beautiful love, is our 10 of Cups. He does. He wants to be able to break his boundaries over here. We can see it with that one. And he doesn't want you to be sad. He doesn't want you to be lonely because he does love you. So I'm going to say his message towards you is beautiful because he does want to be with you and he does want to work onto himself so both of you guys can be happy. But, I mean, he needs to start putting some work and knocking down those barriers. Otherwise, we're going to go and take some karate classes and we're going to knock those barriers down. That's what we're going to do. Into the meanwhile, we have no choice, my love. Yes. Much love sent out to you, sweetheart. I hope you have a beautiful and a lovely, relaxing evening, sweetie. Into the meanwhile, I'm going to go and we're going to go and see our beautiful Jillian. Jillian is going to have a timestamp. Let me just go and get your question. Sheila and Valerie are next. And thank you so very much, my beautiful Mimi. Also, I know that you're not here, so but I've got you onto the list for later on after High Priestess. All right. So here we go for our beautiful Jillian. Timestamp being at 37 minutes. Oh, love Sean, I already have you. Yeah, no, you're already onto the list. Me. I've got you. Yeah. Mimi was added, but it was not you. It was not me as you. It was Mimi. You're already onto the list, Love Shine. Love Shine, you're up in about 10 minutes, my love. Divine, sweet love. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 people at this moment, my beautiful love. And we're closing in about 30 minutes, sweetheart. So Jillian, sweetie, I do have a timestamp for you, so that is absolutely perfect. Let's go see what's happening. Let's look into this energy. What's happening with work? Sheila, my love, let us know if you're here. You're next. Valerie, you're usually here, but please do let us know if you're here also. So currently on our beautiful Jillian, what is happening this week? New beginnings. New beginnings. There could be some criticism also, I do have to say, but there's new beginnings. New beginnings coming on up. Perhaps some type of revelations also. Perhaps some revelations coming also. It's like, and by revelation, I'm not saying like a huge revelation, but there's like a clearing of the air. So maybe there are some things that are meant to be said that have not been said that are going to be said. But there is something that is slowly happening. There's modifications. And what will happen is meant to happen this week. Wheel of Fortune. You're actually going to have a pretty good week. You're going to be happier, sweetie. The energy around this week feels like there's a lot of observation. There's a lot of adjustments. There's a lot of learning. And when I say learning, I'm going to specify. I feel like there is a learning on how to handle certain people or certain personalities, if you want, or different situations that are around you. I feel like there still may be some tension or things that are happening behind the scenes, but the message over here is to stay calm and not to react quickly to anything. Like I said, there are clearing of the air, so there are some information that are coming towards you that are going to make things better, or the environment better, or give you more clarity. And whatever that is actually going to end up being positive towards you, because I do see you being happy with this. So I'm going to say this week is, yes, time to protect your peace. Yes, to stay professional. Yes, focus on what you can control. But I feel like your consistency in the way that you handle challenges are going to be noticed. Even if there's no immediate, recognition. Nobody's going to say, hey, good job for doing that. No, but it is noticed. There's an energy of things simply becoming clear, like misunderstandings or frustrations. So give situations time to unfold. And don't necessarily feel like you have to understand or fix everything right away. It's going to happen in its own timing, and its own timing is happening really quite quickly. So you'll be able to see it probably within the following week or two. So my message for you within work is to stay completely grounded. Your actions are going to speak much louder than any type of temporary, opinions or anything of the such around you. As for your love energy for August, things are moving. We're looking forward. What was left behind is left behind. I say what was left, like is left. The people into your past have it into your past. What I'm basically going to say is, if you want anything to actually start moving, it can. It definitely can. But I'm going to kind of need you to make some movement, because I feel like August is bringing an energy of opening on up, of more emotional, if you will, movement. It feels like a month where you're going to be able to, yes, gain more clarity. But when I speak about gaining more clarity upon what you want, what kind of connection is going to feel fulfilling for you, what's going to be good for you. I feel like you're going to have to, and when I say you're going to have to be open, this is what I'm getting over here, all right? It's from here. I feel like you need to be open to new interactions, and if you do that, and you're open towards it, then you're going to start to see that people are going to start to show their interest towards you into a more genuine and deeper kind of a way. So I'm going to say the biggest theme for love this month is not to chase it, but to actually allow it. Allow love to come towards you. Allow new connections to enter into your life. Let people show you their intentions through their actions at the same time, because you deserve a love that's peaceful, that's not confusing. You deserve a connection with somebody who's going to meet you with the same type of effort that you give. So basically for my month of, your month of August, I'm going to say it's about keeping your confidence. It's about releasing stress. It's about recognizing your value, what you have control over and what you don't have control over. It's also about gaining some clarity. And in love, it's about letting love coming on in, quite frankly. Thank you, my beautiful Valerie, sweetie. Thank you, Divine. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you, my beautiful love. So let me know if there's anything else, sweetie, that you're wondering about. But that's what I've got coming on through. If there's anything else that you're wondering about that I did not answer or anything, send me an email. I've got you. I'll answer you as usual, sweetie pie. We're going to go and see our beautiful Sheila. So just give me one little second, and we're going to move on forward to Sheila. Up next is you, my beautiful Valerie, and then I'm coming to see you, Love Shine. So, Sheila, you're right over here. So, Valerie and Love Shine, followed up by High Priestess and Mimi. Well, look at that, Sheila, sweetheart. Oh, sweetie pie. No, wait, did I even put a time? I did not put a timestamp. Let me go put a timestamp. Hold on. Okay. You know what? I like that. I do. But before I start bibble babbling way too much, timestamp for you is going to be at 45 minutes. Yeah, Sheila. Okay. Why am I loving this so much? Because I'm sure that your heart kind of palpitated a little bit when you got that message. I'm sure it did. I know it did. Just when you thought that maybe you had lost a little bit of hope or you were kind of giving on up. And I'm not going to say that with that message everything is fixed and everything is okay, but it's somewhat of a step ahead, ain't it? So it's a nice update. I do like this, sweetheart. I do feel like there's a lot of emotions, a lot of questions that are coming on up from this. There's definitely going to be somewhat of a meeting. All right, there's going to be a meeting. Because you've been wondering for such a long time, like, where you stand and what was happening within all of this. But at this moment, I feel like his reaching on out comes from a place of wanting to reconnect, a place of reassuring you that the connection has not been forgotten. So the fact that he specifically mentioned he did not forget about you and that he's there for you actually really is what he's trying to say, is that you still matter to him. So now the question that is burning, why did he reach out? King of Wands popping on through. Honestly, the Chariot. Oh, lovely. Oh, Page of Pentacles. All right. A big part of his wanting to restore trust and show you that he's making progress. His new job seems important because it represents for him trying to get back onto his feet, and on his feet feels like it is more stable. So mentioning, giving you back the money and everything as such feels like he wants to be able to show responsibility and really just kind of make things right. So it feels like he has carried some guilt and some worry about how his absence or his situation has affected you, which would be correct. And I feel like reaching out is a little bit of his way of letting you know that he hasn't walked away. So he's still kind of there. So I feel like his energy feels like it's very appreciative, it's very caring, but I also feel someone who's not always necessarily saying everything the way that he necessarily feels, like a lot of people. So the message comes on through into a way that he's been really busy, that life has not been easy, that he doesn't want you to think that he has forgotten about you, that he is trying to actually rebuild himself. He's trying to get himself into a better place at this moment, and that he appreciates that you were always there for him into those difficult times. So what is actually going to be happening from this? The energy shows that there's a slow rebuilding, rather than something that's happening overnight. It's not going to be like that, all right? But communication is gradually going to become a little bit more consistent as he's going to become more stable. So the advice is to watch his actions along with his words, allow him to show his behavior, how he's changing, that he is truly serious. But at this moment, you're definitely being encouraged, if that is what you wish to do, of course, to stay open. But yes, I do have a caution. I'm not just going to say, no, Continue protecting your heart, though, okay? Because you can be very supportive and you can be there and kind of a little bit waiting and hoping, but don't put all that weight upon your shoulders, all right? It can't be too heavy. So I'm going to say some connections return when the timing is better. This just might be one of those. It feels like it's a nice positive shift. There's definitely going to be a meeting that's going to be happening. What's going to happen from that, we're going to have to see, but it's one step at a time. There's nothing rushing. He's rebuilding, and perhaps you guys will be able to rebuild together, sweet love. But I'm very happy for you. So I'm going to say congratulations, sweetie pie. Thank you so very much, my beautiful divine. I appreciate it, sweetheart. I am going to say that you are going to be up in about 15, 20, I'll say 20 minutes, okay, sweetheart? And I will leave you a timestamp if you do need to have one. So if you want to leave and come back, or if you want to stick around, as you wish, sweetie. But I'm just going to say in about 20 minutes, okay? Valerie, you're next, sweetie, and you're still here. Love Shine, you're up next, followed out by High Priestess, Mimi, and Divine. So, what do we have for you, my beautiful Valerie? You had a fantastic weekend, is what you said, and usually you send me an email. So, did you put it into the email? Let me go and see. Yes, I'm going to say you did. And here we go. And had wine. Oh, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. I love that. Yeah. All right. So I'm glad. Nothing. This weekend was nothing ooh la la-ish. Like I said, it was just nice. It was progressive. It was beautiful forward movement. Good for you, sweetheart. All right. Okay. Well, let's go see. What do we have? You know, sometimes it's not always about the big things, right? Often it's the tiniest little moments. It's sitting down watching a movie. It's having dinner together. It's sitting by a campfire. It's the little cute little things where you're just talking, like you said, for hours. Take a glass of grape juice, we'll say for YouTube, and relax. So here we go. I'm happy that you had a beautiful, beautiful evening, sweetheart. Two of Swords. He has no doubt whatsoever. Hanged Man. Your relationship is evolving. It is definitely changing. More progress, more work towards it at the very same time. And our Fool, he's almost like ready to jump on into crazy projects with you. I'm going to take out some cards for work also, and we're going to kind of combine both of them together. So hold on. I'm just going to do this. You know, sometimes that's all that it is. The weekend that you had this weekend between conversation, music, enjoying each other's conversation, your company, is what truly makes a relationship a beautiful one. Simplicity is what it is. So I've got love, I've got work. Let's talk about it. Okay, your week ahead and your job. All right, what's happening with that? Look, sweetheart, you're just taking things into your own hands. All right, we do have over here our beautiful Queen of Wands that is showing on through. We do also have our Page of Swords. There's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of new things that are coming through into your mind. You do have a lot of hopes, you do have a lot of thoughts. Like this place seems to be bringing for you new ideas. It's like, it's not necessarily new ideas, but it's like a new prospect or a new vision towards a beautiful path into your future work-wise. Things are going beautifully at work. There's a sense of you settling on in a little bit more. There's a sense of you building that confidence more and more with our Queen of Wands. You're taking more responsibility. You're doing more things. So perhaps before you might have asked, or you might have asked for confirmation, or you might have waited a little bit. Now you're actively doing more things without necessarily seeking any type of validation. So this feels like a period where you're continuing to learn. Yes, you're continuing to observe, but you're understanding that new environment and you're just kind of molding yourself into it. So yeah, there's going to be some moments where you're going to question or wonder if you're doing the right thing, but the energy that is there shows that beautiful growth and such a beautiful progress. So you might notice that some things may begin to feel a little bit more natural because you're going to be feeling more familiar with your responsibilities. But the message over here is not to pressure yourself. Everything is moving on forward into a beautiful way. So allow yourself to grow into this world, and that's exactly what you're doing. Good for you, sweetie. You know, you are brought into this opportunity because you have something valuable to offer. Always remember that, sweetie. So trust that process and recognize how much you're already learning from it. As for your sweetheart's feelings and thoughts, the energy, the evening together was nice, it was warm, it was comfortable. He enjoyed the emotional connection, not just the time spent together. The fact that you were able to talk for hours and simply be yourself shows that there is an energy that you are at ease and there is a genuine interest. His comment that he would be, you know, they'd be thinking of you feels like he wanted you to know that the connection stays with him, even as you're both going both upon your ways. Because sometimes there are periods throughout the week where there might be a day where you don't necessarily talk or you don't text all that much. And so he probably knows that that creates somewhat maybe of some anxiety into you, and maybe it creates some for him too, but he doesn't talk about it, but he openly wanted you to know that. And that in itself, for him to say that, was something that was really nice, really sweet, and something that was very vulnerable for him. So I'm going to applaud that. He's opening on up. So really what he was trying to say is that he really enjoyed that feeling of you guys both being together. So, I mean, right now, sweetie, the guidance is to continue to let this unfold naturally. Just enjoy those moments. Communicate, allow actions to show over time. His feelings, they're growing, yours are growing. But it's a beautiful connection. Just enjoy those moments, the laughter, the simple little tiny little things, because that's what builds your biggest and strongest foundation. It's not the big things, it's the little things. So you're going to have a great week this week. Hey, Shakira, sweetie. Nice to see you, my beautiful love. He contacted you. Hallelujah. We knew he would. Oh, we knew. Oh, that. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to be with you, Shakira, in about 20-25 minutes, sweetie. I do have a little bit of a list before you, but we knew he'd be back. Yeah, I know. Valerie, sweetheart, enjoy this connection. You are going to have the most beautiful week, and your love story continues. I'm loving it. It's nice, it's natural, it's the way that you've been wanting it to be, so enjoy it. Love that, sweetie. Oh, my love, Shakira. Now that is something. Oh, that is something. Yeah, you can say that we are. You can say that we are, sweetie. For anybody new, yes. Love Shine, you're next. Oh my gosh. And Shakira, you played hard to get. Oh la la. It is true, right, Divine? It's the little things. It's the little things. The little things, it's not the big bricks. It's what holds those bricks. It's that little cement that holds it in between. It's those little tiny things. That's what it is. It's that hello into the morning. It's that little kiss before they leave. It's that little something. That little something is important. The little things are very important. Besides, we often forget about the bad ones or the big ones. So here we go. As we move on forward, we're going to go and see our beautiful Love Shine. So you wanted to pull for yesterday and for today, the usual. So your timestamp is going to be at 58 minutes. Up next is High Priestess, Mimi, Divine, and Shakira. I'm sorry, Divine, I hope it's okay that I shortened your name. It's a little bit long. But Divine Empathic Clairvoyance, you're going to be on up soon, my sweetheart. Love Shine, let's go see. So we're starting with yesterday. We're going to move on forward to today after. What's up with yesterday? He should be back, right? He's back now. I'm sure he is. All right. Or maybe he's not. Yes, he is. He was only leaving for like a week. All right. Wife. The Fool. The Four of Pentacles. And we also have the Empress. Don't be afraid about the fact that she pulls on up as being the Empress because she's la mama. And the mama often appears into that kind of way because she's the beautiful mother figure. We did. Her name was Divine Time. Was it Divine Timing? Divine. Yeah, not the same person. Divine something. Yeah. She lives across the world. Yeah. So yeah, sweetie, with the wife, I do have our Four of Pentacles. He is holding on to the connection, so the connection is still important for him. There's no doubt about that. However, I do feel that she is there. She is very present. She is very loving. She is very comforting for everybody into the household. And I do like there's nothing lovey-dovey that is happening, but I do feel like he's ready to, you know, do things. And like I've said into the past, he's willing to make things good. So if the wife says, oh, we should go and do this, then he's probably not going to say no. He's probably going to say, yeah, okay, let's just go and do it. So I'm going to say things are going well, but I don't see anything lovey-dovey or anything that is sexual that is happening. Yeah, I don't remember Hwanson exactly what her name was, but she was across the world. Yeah. He had fun family, just wanting to know about Rafe, right? With you, we don't have any barriers. We do not. No barriers happening over here. Holding on to the connection. Divine timing. Well, that's what I said. That's what I said, Hwanson. I think it's what it was. I don't know. It was years ago. Followed out by the star. Well, look, with you, sweetie pie, we don't have any fears. We're holding on to what we have. Sometimes we kind of take you for granted, though. Sometimes we take you a little bit for granted, but we hope and wish for the very best together. But yeah, sometimes we take, and when I say we take you for granted, it can be the timing, the time that you guys spent together. It could be your availability, how available you are for him, those little things. But I don't see any issues with love. There is hope towards the future, but sometimes he does take you for granted. But you know what, Hwanson? The fact that you wrote it together in my mind makes sense, because I was actually seeing it in two different words, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't make sense in two different words. But now that you put it together, it makes sense. No, he hasn't texted much for days, right? No, well, that's because he was with the fam, sweetheart. When he's going to come on back, he's going to balance things out. All right, what you need to know is he knows that things have been a little bit imbalanced, sweetheart. He does, and he's going to fix it. All right, he's going to make things better, and you're going to see it fairly quickly. So probably whenever he does return and whenever he is ready to be with you again this week, you are going to be able to see that you're probably going to have more than one meeting. So you might see him 2 or 3 times. It might not be for the whole day, but you're going to see him a little bit more because he really did miss you, and he does truly want to try to mend things, and not mend, just spend some time with you because he misses you. You feel a disconnect, right? Well, yes. Well, that's it. But he's going to make it better. This week, you're not going to feel the disconnect no more. Disconnect's going to leave. You're going to be feeling much better. So, no disconnect. Things are going to be okay. Don't worry. Nobody has disconnected from anybody. You're just feeling a disconnection because the energy is different than what it usually is. And so your anxiety kind of kicks on in, because he's not doing what he usually does. Things are going to be okay. I promise you. That being said, what do we have for you? Into his feelings. He never wants to create any issues with you. Wants to continue to move on forward towards you. Basically, he wants you to know that he wants to continue to put a lot of time and effort into the relationship altogether, sweetie pie. So his love messages is basically, I'm going to make this better. I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do. I'm going to put the time, I'm going to put the effort, and I'm going to make you feel like you are loved and that you are cared for. Now that was for yesterday. If we move on forward to today. High Priestess, please let us know if you're here. You're up in about 5 minutes. And Mimi 10. Then we're going to come and see you, my beautiful divine, and Shakira. Today, wife, 8 of Cups, reverse. Things are moving quickly. Things are moving quickly, but they're okay. He's going with the flow. He's going with the flow. So I'm going to say probably the weekend is going by really, really quickly. Time is moving on by. I don't feel like he's hiding anything. I don't feel like he wants to hide anything neither, but I'm definitely going to say things are moving just quickly. Nothing lovey-dovey, no conflict, no frustration, no movement heart-wise between him and the wife or anything physical neither. Just spending time, things going by quickly, no decisions to be made. It is what it is. He's just following the flow with the wife. Whatever the wife decides, he's just kind of following. Thank you, my beautiful high priestess, my love. You're on up in just 2-3 minutes. With you. He wants to be able to be more active than what he is at this moment. Wheel of Fortune coming on through. On the Tower. It is reversed. Don't worry about it. All right. I know where you feel that there is a disconnect that is there because we do have our Queen of Swords who's wanting more. So you're wanting more. You're wanting to speak more. Everything of the such. Thank you so very much, my beautiful divine. So in about 10, 12 minutes, okay, sweetheart? Was it too, Watson? Or was it that same person who changed name? I don't know. So, yeah, I'm going to say towards you, I've got you feeling over here like there's something you must do. There's something that you've been wanting, that it's not quite happening into the way that you would like it to, but it is going to be happening into the way that you do need it and that you do want it to be. So what I'm going to say is this. From what I can see at this moment, things are going to go back on track because he does love you and he does want to try to mend things and he wants to be more active. So, sweetheart, he's completely realizing that he has not been completely there for you and that you're probably worried, and he's going to make it up to you. Was it? Was it really? I think divine time. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, you're probably right. Not I think. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I have more of a positive energy towards divine goddess. Yeah. I don't know. Anywho. It was a long time ago. Yeah. Okay, what does he want to say that he is not saying? Knight of Wands. Hanged Man. Hanged Man is in position of changing. The Hanged Man and the Knight of Wands are coming on in to say the exact same message, all right? This is I'm coming forward, I'm coming to see you, and the Hanged Man is changing positions. He's moving, he's doing things, all right? So what he's trying to say to you that he's not saying is that he's going to change the current circumstances of what you're into. He's going to get himself out of his little hermit kind of a place where he hasn't been able to see you, and he's going to make time for you. So basically he's saying, I'm going to be making some time for you. Get ready. It was, right, Juanson? Yeah, okay. I didn't want to say too much, but just enough, yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling it too, Hanson. It's very palpable into the energy. All right, sweetheart, love messages. I do have our 4 of Swords. We do also have our 3 of Cups. He wants to have a meeting with you. And at that meeting, I feel like he's going to be a little bit more vulnerable. He's going to want to open on up to tell you a little bit more that yes, he loves you. Yes, he cares for you. Yes, he missed you. Yes, all those things. So whatever kind of questions you might have could be a good time, as long as you don't necessarily, you know, overload him with those questions. But he's definitely wanting to have the energy kind of come on through as nice and strong and positive and everything of the such. So, sweetheart, I'm going to say you can definitely expect a really good meeting this week that's going to be happening, where he is going to be emotionally available towards you and showing you that love at the same time. Peux-tu fermer la lumière dans le corridor, s'il te plaît, Mathias, après? Merci d'avoir mis le milieu pour les dodos. Ooh, you might hear a storm outside. It's starting to rain. We're in severe thunderstorms. High Priestess, you're next. Love Shine, I'm sending you much love. Love Shine, what I really want you to know is what the wife, she's basically deciding everything and he's moving along with what she decides. But things seem to be moving by quickly. They're doing a lot of things and everything is moving by. I don't see anything physical, don't see anything lovey-dovey. It's just really him kind of following what she wants to do. As for with you, he seems to be realizing that things are a little bit slower, that he hasn't been as available to you as he would like to. Ferme la lumière dans le corridor, s'il te plaît, par contre. Merci. And I feel as though he is wanting to be there more with you. He's wanting to be more present. So you can definitely count on to his presence coming on in a little bit more, sweetheart. Watson, don't tell me that, sweetheart. Don't say it. Don't say it. I don't want to hear it. I do not. Where was I? Where was I? Was it at the zoo? I think it was when I was at the zoo. Sweet Lord. Yeah, like I saw a couple. Not a lot. A couple. I know a couple would be like two, but okay, a few. I saw a few leaves falling down onto the ground. Now, I remind you, we're just starting the month of August, and I saw a couple leaves fall onto the ground, which for me is like, oh my dear God, summer is over. What am I going to do, right? Sweet Lord. Once those leaves, like in another week or two, I'm going to see some leaves onto the ground that are going to be yellow and red and orange. And then I know it's finito pepito. Summer is gone. It's time to pull out sweaters and pullers and little boots. I'm sad. No, don't lose hope, Love Shine. Don't lose hope. I know that often you feel like you lose hope whenever he's gone on vacation and all those things, but he's going to be back, and the energy is going to be exactly what it usually is. Exactly the same. He's going to make up for it, sweetie. Don't worry. You are into his heart and you're into his mind as much as you have always been. You have not been downgraded. He still loves you, sweetie. I know you do, Juanson. I don't. For me, that means closing up my pool. That means, winterizing everything around my house. Everything. Yeah, that means taking care of snow plows. Make sure they come and remove snow. Oh my God, I don't want to think about it. Enough. Let me enjoy the last month of summer. High Priestess, let me go and get your questions, my love. I don't want to talk about it. I don't. High Priestess, I am going to leave you, however, a timestamp if you do want to come back in and listen on through. Mimi is going to be next, but Mimi is not present with us because she rarely is. But I will be leaving her a timestamp. Thank you, everybody, for your beautiful patience tonight. Truly appreciated, sweethearts. The timestamps, as usual, will be posted by our dear sweet Juanson after live if anybody wishes to go and listen to it again. So here we go. Asked you to watch her kids 2 days in a row. No. Is she even paying you for it? Not that they're paying, but I mean 2 days. It's not even just a couple of hours. It's like 2 days. You have other stuff to do, and even if you didn't have other things to do, I'm sure you don't want to watch somebody else's kids for 2 days. What is that? No. Yes, before you come, absolutely, yes. Yeah, it stopped. You said, why does she keep asking? Why does she keep asking? Is it have to do with you taking care of her kids? Is that what it is? Just let me know if that's the end of your question because it chopped off there. Yeah. What is up with that? You told her no. You did not think the situation would be like this, honestly, nor do you like the energy at all. Yeah, she is. No, don't do that no more. What is that? I better get my... Watson, I already got my tan back. It's already there. Sweet Lord. My mom today, she's like, you know what a tan is, eh? It's your body trying to say that it's trying to protect itself against the sun. It's saying, stop putting me into the sun. I'm like, Mom, seriously. Well, so why does she keep asking you to watch her kids? You know, she has issues with childcare. Yeah. Well, not only that, sweetheart. Yeah. Like, okay. Just a second. It's not only that, but it's not your duty. The more you do it, the more she's going to want more and more and more and more and more. The more you're going to get yourself in trouble with that. Because she's going to say, yeah, but you did it before. Why don't you do it now? Right? Okay. Timestamp, I was going to put you at 1:15. Had she told you her real situation? Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Watson, stop it, sweetie. I know she's right. She said, I told it to your sister too, and I said, yeah, neither me or my sister are going to be listening to you. But I love you. Goodbye, I said. That's what I said. Okay, so 116. The first day you were like, you got errands to run, and today you were like, okay. Yeah, but even then, keeping things documented, even then, sweetheart, it's not your thing. It's not. It's a pity, and it sucks, but it's not your children, and she's not even your friend. Like, if she was your best friend, or if she was a good friend, and you trust her and you liked her, then it would make sense to help her out. But since you're afraid of her, the people around her, and you don't trust her, you got to keep your door locked and all that stuff. Like, nothing. This is just toxic from beginning to end. So there was like the financial issues, and now there's also children that are kind of coming on in. Now it's just too much. Nuh-uh. There's got to be a stop. Like, if she can't do it, then she has to stay home or have some of her weird friends. I know you don't want her weird friends at home, but something at some point. It's not your responsibility. She's going to continue to put more and more upon your back. You need to really set your boundaries with that. Why is she doing it? Because, I hate to say it, you're allowing her to do so. You said once, you said yes maybe once, and then second time, and now if you don't set your boundaries, you're a little bit finito papito, sweetie. Okay? She's going to keep asking, because why would you say no now? You've already said yes. Now what she's doing is she's taking you for granted. Nobody wants to be taken for granted. You're too sweet, you're too loving, you're too caring, and even if you had nothing to do and all you wanted to do and all you had to do is sit down and watch TV all day, that is your right. You don't have to do it. It's her responsibility, my love. So I'm going to say, understand why this situation is creating a lot of discomfort amongst all the other problems that you guys already have. You've already communicated your boundary, and now it kind of feels like the same request is coming back. Even if you say document, what is it exactly that you mean by document? What you want her to do, what exactly with that? What do you want her to document? The time or the hours or when you took care of their children? Like, what do you want her to document upon that is what I'm questioning. Because when I look into the energy around your roommate and why she continues asking you to watch her kids, it's always the same thing. It's convenience and it's reliance. That's it. So at this moment, she feels like she sees you as somebody who is very dependable, somebody who is very safe. And who else to ask to take care of your children than somebody who is dependable and somebody who is safe? You. Because you're available, you're into the home, well, she's turning to you as an easy option when childcare actually becomes difficult. So the energy is actually suggesting that she is not fully prepared for the reality of that childcare situation. Maybe things have shifted. But again, that's your job as a mom, as a dad, as a parent, to take care of those situations, to find people into the meanwhile. And when you have good friends can help you, but you're not a friend. You guys don't get along well. So since you've already told her before signing a lease that she had a sitter, it's understandable that you're feeling frustrated about this because it's not your issue. It's not your problem. Now, the fact that you confronted her through text and kept the communication documented is a nice and a very practical choice. But clear communication can help avoid any other type of misunderstandings that's going to be happening between you guys. But the important thing over here is to be very careful. Focus on your boundaries. If it is not good for you, then don't do it. Part of the issue over here is that she's hoping that you will eventually change your mind. And so when someone keeps asking after hearing no, it's because she's looking for an opening. She's looking for hoping circumstances, and she's hoping that you're going to end up to say, well, okay, all right. So the message coming on through for you is that your kindness doesn't mean that they can have unlimited access to you, of your time, of your energy, because you can care about somebody's situation. You can care about, maybe not her, but you can care about the beautiful children, but you can still protect your own boundaries. So you need to continue to stay consistent. You don't need to justify your decision over and over again. It's yours. It's your life. It's your decision. You could respond to her something like, I understand that your childcare, has been challenging, but I need to maintain my boundary. Like I previously communicated, I'm not available to babysit, and I hope you're able to make arrangements with your sitter or another type of option along the way. Now, regarding your discomfort and taking those extra precautions into your home, definitely continue to do all of that all together, because I do still see the same type of pattern that is there. So make sure that you're safe at all times. Make sure that there's no vulnerability in any kind of way. And I know it sucks because it is your home and you do live there and you do have to be so careful, but be careful, because at this moment, if we're actually looking for something good and something positive into it, the situation is actually teaching you the importance of trusting yourself, of communicating clearly and not allowing guilt to override your needs. And I'm even going to make somewhat of a parallel. I'm going to make a little bit of a liaison between now and your past, if you allow me to do so. There's a reoccurring theme into your life, sweetheart, where you're very kind and you're very sweet, and you try to help and you try to do the very best that you can for other people, and that is genuinely from the core of yourself, and it's a beautiful quality that you have. But you tend to forget yourself. And the same thing happened, now it's with your roommate, but the same kind of thing happened when you were at home also. Yeah, when your mom you had to take care of your little brother, you had to sacrifice. It's like you're always the one sacrificing for other people. So I want you to be very careful with that type of cycle, because it keeps coming towards you. And this is saying it's time to break the cycle. Yes, people need, but if people don't have you, they'll find another way. You don't have to suffer from it. You've got to have your own path and learn your own thing and put your own boundaries. So just be careful that whatever it is that you decide, may it be a yes or may it be a no, make sure that it's in accordance in what you want. Because at this moment, it's a different person asking you that service, if you will, but it's the same situation. It's not something you want. It's not something you're comfortable. It's something where you have to sacrifice, where you've already previously put boundaries. So be careful with that. Absolutely, sweetie. I'm going to come back and see you. Watches them because you told her no back in April. There you go. You see? So when you do actually say that there's somebody else, then they do find somebody else, right? So there you go. There's always somebody else. There's always somebody else. And it may be somebody that she knows that she knows, or it may be an actual service, like a babysitter service or something. There's some all over the place. But your boundaries are being tested again, second time around. a different person. Last time was more emotional because it was family. This time it's something else, but it's still somebody that you're living with. So there's a pattern that is repeating that must be broken because you're not comfortable with it. So be careful about that. Let me know, my sweetheart, if there's anything else I can do for you, but that person will definitely continue to take and take and take and take and take until you no longer give, because that's the type of person that it is. She's been untruthful and unfair with you since the very beginning. She has created you not to trust the place that you live in, not to feel comfortable into the place that you live in, and that now you have to put up boundaries. Those are all bad things. So I wish good things for you. So one little step at a time. Let me go see how things are going to go with her for this month. I'm going to come and answer your other questions right away, okay, Mary? Just 1 second, my love. Before I go and see Mimi. Not necessarily into the best of ways. I do have our Chariot that is in reverse. Okay. It's nothing that is fantastic. All right. I feel like you're both going to a little bit take your own spaces, do your own little things. And that's what I basically can see. There's no big fights. There's nothing horrible that is happening. But at the very same time, it's like you're both deciding, I'm going to do me and you're going to do you. That's it. I want you to be careful for a situation throughout the month where there could be a gathering with her and some friends at your house that could be problematic. Not because they're doing anything bad or evil, but it could be because loud music or noises, they could be annoying. I'll put it that way, okay? I don't see anything disturbing where you have to call the police, but they could be annoying for you. Other than that, I'm going to say it's okay. Stagnant energy. You're doing you, she's doing her, and that's pretty much what it is. Exactly. You've got to do the very best that you can. That's the touchy thing, High Priestess, is that you have to do the very best that you possibly can at this moment. But you don't want things, you don't want to do your 100% and clearly say how you really do feel, because that would make everything turn from white, or let's say gray, because it's not white, from gray to black. And you definitely don't want things to go onto a side that is more negative. So you're already a little bit into a gray zone. Let's try to keep it into the gray zone is the best that I can find. I don't feel like you're ever going to be into a more positive, a more clearer kind of a zone. So let's just try to stick it where it is at this moment, and let's not go any deeper. You're not going to be able to change her. You're not going to be able to switch anything. The best that you can do is to put your boundaries. Let me just go and see over here, my sweet love, for your follow-up question. High Priestess, if you want to chit-chat about it, I've got you, my love, as usual. But really, please, you got to put your boundaries with this one, okay? She will continue over and over and over again, sweetheart. This meeting, yes. Hold on. Mimi is next, followed up by Divine and Shakira. At this moment, we are with Sheila. You're a sweetie pie. I appreciate it, my love. All right. Okay. Let's go see. I hope you were here for your reading and you didn't have to search for it, because I had a timestamp for you, sweetie. But I didn't see you when we were here earlier and you didn't say anything. I hope if ever you leave and you come back in and I already did your ask for the timestamp, we have them, eh, my love? Okay, let's go see. So I'm going to put you over here. I'm going to put you a new timestamp, so if ever you do want to come back and listen to it, I'm going to put you right over here at 1:29. High Priestess, love you, sweetie. Be the beautiful High Priestess that you are and set your boundaries, my love. Okay, Sheila, sweetie. Mimi is next, followed by Divine and Shakira. So, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate them, sweet one. Let's go and look at this energy. I do feel like it's in person. I don't feel like it's by phone or by text. It's in person, sweetie. There's no doubt about it. It's in person. Yeah, we're not really going to want to play around with this. No. Yeah. But we haven't figured out how we're going to do it yet, okay? But it is going to be in person, and you're going to be waiting for it, sweetie. So here we go. This meeting, do I see it happening in person? Yes. In person and with a conversation. Is he actually seeing anyone right now? That's a no. And I am going to get more in depth into your answer, but I am going to answer you quickly what I've got, just like that. That's coming on through, so you get your answers poof right away, and then I'll go more in depthness of it all. Is he seeing anybody at this moment in time? It is a no, sweetheart. He is not seeing anybody else at this time. He has not, neither, and is not even interested. So, has he been seeing anybody at this moment? That's a no, sweetie pie. Do I see you guys meeting in person? Yes, probably within the following 2 to 3 weeks. Before I pull out any type of messages, I do want to speak about this. So regarding the meeting that I previously mentioned, the energy feels like it has potential to become an in-person meeting. He's not going to want to talk about this onto the phone or by text or any other kind of means. So before this happens, however, there is going to be more communication. Okay, so the communication is going to increase little by little. It feels as though there is a need to rebuild a sense of comfort and a sense of trust before seeing each other face to face. And there's a need for him to actually figure out how he wants to do it, because right now he hasn't figured it out. Okay, so he knows that he does want to, and he knows that the offer is going to be coming, and you're here waiting for it. But we need to take it one step at a time. I know. I would prefer to go to step 10 right away, but we're going to have to start with step 1. So, yeah, it is going to be face-to-face. As for the timing, like I said, into the upcoming weeks, 2 to 3 weeks is probably what's going to be happening. Nothing that is rushed. I feel like this is unfolding naturally, because I feel like you're both kind of getting settled into this new energy. He's getting settled into new job, new life, and you guys are getting settled into a new type of energy. When that new energy is what is going to carry you on forward to that actual meeting. So, like I said, with him seeing anybody at this moment, no, there's nobody that is around him. I don't feel like he's focused on anybody. I feel like he truly has been focused, and he is still very focused on getting his life back on track with work and with finances. There are people around him socially, but there's nobody around him romantically. There's nobody around his heart at this moment that he is interested in. So, yeah. So my guidance, I am going to give you some messages, but my guidance for the moment is let this connection just unfold one little step at a time. There's no need to, I know that you want to move from one step to the next. I would want to do the same thing, but don't, one step at a time, sweetie. What is genuine is going to grow through the beautiful consistency, but also through honesty, and also with a lot of beautiful patience. So one little step at a time, okay, sweetheart? One step at a time. Everything is going to make sense. I need more time. I hope that you're going to wait for me. Happiness is my priority. I'm going to take out another deck right after, okay? Wait, I have 2 cards. I want you to choose, and the card that was stuck behind it is I'm in so much pain. I do worry about us, and again, this is the Devil card. I'm addicted to you, addicted to your energy, to who you are, to what you represent, as much onto a physical level as onto an emotional level. If I move on forward to these cute little tiny cards, let's go see. Here we go. That was actually an interesting fact about these, which might not be interesting to you, but when I actually purchased them, I never actually look at the dimension of cards when I purchased them, which I should, because I never thought these cards would be so tiny. But I do love them. So here we go. Yeah, they're like for little tiny hands. You're never very far from my mind. I am simply waiting for the right time. Sometimes I'm still afraid that you will reject me. I do believe that you are my other half. So, sweetheart, I'm going to say to you, things are good, my love. Things are good, Sheila, sweetie. I know it's difficult, but you know what? Today is a good movement. It's a big movement, and it's a movement towards positive, towards something that you want. It's something that is completely different that you were not expecting. So I'm going to say, take it as a gift. Let's move on forward. Just my main guidance for you is follow his steps. Okay? Don't try to go too quickly. Don't try to abrupt anything. Don't try to run the race. Like the turtle, slowly you're going to end up winning the race. Just follow his pace. All right, at some point in time to the following weeks, if we need to up it, then we'll up the game. But into the meanwhile, at this moment, we've got novelty, we've got openness. Let's follow that beautiful track. It's going to bring you onto the right path. You're dozing, just in case? Absolutely, my beautiful divine. Absolutely, sweetheart. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. And you will definitely have a timestamp. It is going to be posted into the comments at the end of the live, sweetheart, okay? High Priestess, I love you, sweetie. If you need to reach out, if anything, you know where to find me, sweetie. Let's go see for our beautiful Mimi. Sheila, everything's good, sweetheart. Everything's good. Shakira, I don't know if you're here, but I'll be with you soon, okay? Mimi is going to be on up next. Mimi. And then we're going to go and see our beautiful Divine and Shakira. Then we're going to go and see Juanson. But we will be back, guys, tomorrow, same place, same time. We're pretty stable. We like to stick around, same places, same time. In French, we say on sort pas beaucoup. On n'est pas très sorteuse, is what we say. So here we go. Maybe I'm going to put you a timestamp, and you are going to be at 1:38 is going to be your time. And here we go. So, you need to go to Ingerson's school. Hey, beau garçon, comment tu vas?
Bien.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
C'est quand qu'il est fini?
Dans à peu près 20 minutes. Pourquoi, bébé l'amour?
10 pour l'amour.
OK. Tu veux un bisou? Viens me voir, je te donne un bisou. Parce que je sais que tu vas t'endormir. Just 1 second, sweetie pie. Viens me donner un bisou. Allez, allez, allez. Je t'aime. Attends, mon beau garçon. See you later, sweetie. Hope he can get used to it, right? Let me go see. Can he actually finish school like quicker? Honestly, I don't know. We don't have that here. We don't. We do have special programs where you can put them in if they're better in school, where they learn like different languages and everything is more complicated, and they get like trips around the world and all different kind of stuff. Well, they don't get, you have to pay for them. They do them. I make it sound like it's free. It's really not free. But yeah. Well, that would be lovely, my beautiful Mimi. I hope so. We're going to go and see what we've got, okay? Here we go. So, I hope everything goes good with the visit of your son's school, sweet Lord. Today, Mimi, I actually have one of my son's friends who, one of their parents who texted me today, and they're like, if you go onto the school, this and da 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 da, and you go into the file, and she sent me all the steps of what I need to do. She's like, you can find out the teacher that they have this year. I'm like, oh my God, okay, let me go see. So everybody's so excited to go see, right? Because all the kids want to know, like, are their friends from last year going to be into the same class? And I have to say, the schools over here, I never knew that until a few years ago. They're actually quite sweet. They always make sure that there's a friend that was into their class that they got along really well with that is into their following class, into the following year, which is sweet. I don't think they did that when I was in school. Anywho, yeah, and so I found out that one of my son's best friends is going to be into his class, so they're super excited about that. But I don't like their teacher because their teacher was my oldest son's teacher when he was in 3rd grade. Yeah, I don't like her. She's not horrible, but I don't really like her. And my daughter, apparently, she has like a really grumpy, nasty, mean teacher, apparently. Is what I hear from my oldest son. I don't know. Anywho, I hope that's just my little piece of life with school. But school's not starting for like another 3.5 weeks here. So let's go see what we've got. All right. So I hope he's going to integrate well, sweetie. I really do. I know that there's going to be little bits and pieces here and there where things might be a little bit more complicated. But basically, I'm going to say I feel like things are going to be okay, sweetie. So here we go. There will be changes. The beginning is going to be a little bit more difficult. After that, there will be modifications and things will get better. Okay, but it's going to be a little bit topsy-turvy to begin with. Now, the first part of your day, I feel, is naturally going to be focused onto your son and making sure everything is in place, that's for sure. But once you return to work, I feel like the energy for you is feeling like it's more steady. There may be a few things kind of waiting for you, but I don't see anything that feels like it's overwhelming. I feel like the advice is to ease back into your tasks, like one step at a time, rather than feeling like you have to catch everything on up at once. Now, your son, like I said, topsy-turvy a little bit, okay? It's going to take him a little bit of time to adjust, but I do see a lot of resilience around him. So I am going to say with patience and support and consistency, he can definitely adapt and move towards completing those studies. So I'm going to say don't try to worry too much ahead because that worry and those feelings are going to be transferred over to him. He's going to find his own rhythm. He's going to find his own rhythm and things are going to be okay. So I will say encourage, yes, absolutely. Put him onto the right track, absolutely. But other than that, let him do his thing. He knows what he's got to do, sweetheart. So what can you actually expect this week? Let's go see. A divine and Shakira, you're next, my loves, by the way. I know it's been a long time waiting. We'll be with you shortly. So what to expect this week? We're going to start on off with the good, and then we're going to go and see what you actually have to watch out for, okay? A work matter that's been worrying you is actually going to start to settle down. Better communication with someone at work also. A small piece, all right? Not a big, but a small. I like the small. A small piece of good news, positive outcome that's going to lift your spirits. You're going to be feeling more confident by the end of the week than you actually are at the beginning of the week, which is good. What to watch out for? Overthinking other people's words or expressions. Taking on stress that doesn't belong to you. Feeling the need to prove yourself constantly. Remember that your work is already speaking for itself. Not only your work, but who you are as a person, what you do, how you show off, how your energy is. As for MT and CH's energy, I don't feel like they're focused on criticizing you as much as you fear that they are. They seem much more occupied with work responsibilities and keeping things running. MT still comes through as someone who likes structure and high standards, while CH feels like it's more observant. It's much less reactive. So I do not see them as viewing you as not good enough. Instead, the energy is suggesting that they see someone who is very conscientious. Is that how you say it? Consciencieuse. Anyways, you do what you do and you do it in a good way. And you know how to do it, all right? You know how to do well. And your own self-doubt feels like it's much louder than their actual opinions of you. So the message over here is, don't measure yourself through the eyes of others, because your kindness, your dedication, my sweet love, and your willingness to learn, they're your strengths. So trust that you're growing even onto the days when you do not feel like you are. You are going to have a beautiful week, and you're stronger and more capable than what you actually give yourself credit for, sweetheart. Beautiful divine. Do I see your daughter's father finally? I would love to. Not really, sweetie, I don't. Oh, sweetheart. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put you a timestamp. I don't feel so, sweetie. I don't. I'm going to put you a timestamp, and I'm going to babble with you a little bit. Shakira, you're going to be up next. Divine. Your timestamp is going to be at 1:46. Sweetie pie. I kind of know. I don't quite, because I'm not into the same situation as you are. But I understand, because I do have 3 children, and I'm separated from the dad of the 3 children. And it's very complicated. And it's been complicated. Like, we've been separated for 2.5 years now, maybe. Yeah, something of the such. And we're still in, like, it's still very complicated, okay? We're still in court and everything as such. It's not an easy thing. So all that to say, I understand where you're coming from. I understand the problems and the emotions and everything that goes along with them, because it's not just you carrying the weight and the repercussions, it's you also trying at some point in time to protect your beautiful daughters from the repercussions. And sometimes that's comes in different kind of shape, form, and ways, but you're trying to do the very best as you possibly can, and I know that you are. But I want you to remember that you can't change somebody who doesn't want to change, right? And you can't completely shield people neither from what reality is or who somebody truly is. So let me go and answer your question. I'm going to say to be very careful with that. My answer is going to be a no. I'm telling you right away. However, it's a no, but I don't... How can I say it? It's a no, but I don't feel like it's because this person wants to hurt you. I don't feel it's because the dad wants to hurt you or hurt your daughters. I feel like this person's not available to be the person that they need to be, which is different. Some people hurt to hurt. Some people, do it out of revenge. Some people do it because they want to revenge the mom or the dad or whoever the other party is. There's many reasons to do it. This person is not doing it specifically to hurt anyone, but they have issues into their own life that is making them incapable of actually being the person that they need to be. Therefore, you're kind of hitting the collateral damage, you and your daughters, of what this person is living and not able to be strong enough or present enough to actually be able to give your daughters what they actually need. And you at the same time, because I don't know if this person is actually giving you what they need to financially, support-wise, or any other kind of way. So let me go and take out some cards upon this, but it's basically what I'm seeing, okay? And it's the first time I see you, and I thank you for joining us, sweetheart. And I'm going to say the same thing that I say for everybody into our soul family. If ever you do need to reach on out because you want to talk about something is heavy, something of the such, my email's always open. You can send me an email just to talk about your emotions, and I'll write back to you, okay? Like a personal diary, if you will. I'll try to help you or understand you in any kind of way that I can. What I will say for you is this. I do not see a shift at this time, sweetie. I know that you're hoping for it, but I don't see it. I don't see this person fully stepping in to be the consistent, dependent role of the father that you hope this person is going to be. Now, that being said, I'm not going to say that he's not going to be able to come on through and be there. I do feel like he will be there every once in a while. And I do feel like when he will be there, he will do his best. But that's when he's there. I feel like there's a lot of times where he's not there. He's not available, or he might cancel, or anything of the such. And it's not because he doesn't love your daughters, and it's not because he's trying to torture you guys or anything of any such. Like I said, it's an emotional unavailability. So the energy is very, very inconsistent. There's moments where he's going to make efforts to say the right things, to do the right things, but I don't see it being sustained. And because it's not sustained, it's like we end up losing the good. Because when we have a lot of good and we have a little bit of bad, then we kind of balance things out. Oh, well, usually it's good, so it's okay. When it's always bad and we have a good, we're like, oh my God, look what happened. And then we're so hopeful that everything else is going to be good. But when we actually have those changes that kind of come on through, we think to ourselves, oh, if it could always be that way, that would be so lovely. That would be okay. That would be functional. But then we end up being disappointed. But it's not because of you, and it's not because of your daughters. It's because of the person. So I don't see the sustained actions at this moment that are being shown that this person is truly ready to kind of man up, like you say, and to take on the responsibilities into a stable way. I still see you picking up 99% of everything that needs to be done. So as for whether he's intentionally trying to hurt you or your daughter, I don't see that his primary motivation is to cause pain. I don't at all. Honestly, like I said, the energy points more towards emotional maturity, inconsistency, and being focused onto his own circumstances. So unfortunately, those choices end up hurting the people that are around him, even if it's not his conscious goal. It's not really what he wants. It's the collateral damage, if you will. So the guidance that I'm getting over here is to rely on potential, not on promises, but to pay attention to the consistent actions over time. Your daughters do deserve the stability, and that is going to come from reliability rather than occasional effort. Your daughters do need to know that their dad he does love them, but maybe dad has issues and maybe he has problems, and he shows up into the best way that he can. There's different ways of showing it, of seeing it, of having the perspective. I'm going to let you choose the best way that's good for you and for your family. But at this moment, your message is release the expectation that someone is going to change overnight because they say that they will, or because you hope that they will. I'm going to say, let's just see if their actions are going to follow on through. Into the meanwhile, you continue to create the stable and loving environment for your children, because at this moment, you're the stable one. You're the one who's present. You're the one who gives the love and the effort, who's there when we cry, when we're happy, when we have great things that happens, or when we have sadnesses, or when we need to speak about something, or when whatever, you're the one who's there. So you're the rock at this moment. Continue to be the strong rock, and let's hope that the other parent is going to be able to, at some point in time, to kind of man up and fix his life and be able to be a support to your daughters at the same time. But for the moment, it's basically you, my sweet love. Again, not because this person is trying to hurt you. They're just not available to do it right now. They have way too much going on. They have good intentions, but they can't follow them on through. No, yeah, I know. He sent one child support payment and 5% of what he's supposed to in 6 years, right? I know he doesn't. He doesn't show up for either of his kids, and they have the same dad, different mom, right? I know. I'm going to wish you sweet dreams because you were dozing off and you were tired, sweetie pie. I really hope that things change. I really do. I really, really do. But for the moment, it's all about you. So you get the support that you need. You give all the love. You receive all that love at the same time. Get all that beautiful love from those daughters, sweetie pie. And if ever you need to reach out because you're feeling sad, overwhelmed, you're feeling alone, send me an email. I'm a mama. I get it, sweetie. I've got 3 children. I get the situation. And I wish you the best, sweetie. And I thank you for your beautiful patience, and thank you for joining us. My email is always open if you want to chit chat. All right? I'm wishing you sweet dreams, my love. Those beautiful daughters are very, very lucky to have you into their life, sweetie. And I'll say both ways too. You're lucky to have them too. All right. Love and light to you, sweetie. Hey, Carrie. How are you doing, sweetie? Long time no see, sweet love. Let's go see Shakira. Shakira, are you here, sweetie? Now, that is some interest. So he contacted you, want to come back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good for you for standing your ground is the first thing I'm going to say. I knew he was coming back. I knew it. There was no doubt about it. This man, I told you, this man is never, ever, 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 ever going to let you go. He's like borderline obsessed with you and everything you can provide towards him. I don't care what he says about his whole values and everything of the such. You're part of his life, sweetie. Oh my dear gosh, Carrie. Sweet Lord, do you have like a water pump? What are you doing for it, sweetie? Are you into a zone, my beautiful, where there is a lot of floods, where it happens all the time? All right, Shakira, here we go. I'm sorry for the light reading, sweetie. I am glad though. Honestly, I'm really, really happy that I reached out because I was so surprised the other night when you said he hadn't reached out yet. I'm like, oh my God, no way. So was it between the workings, the spells? Was it, honestly, I think even without the spells, he would have reached out because like I said, this man is never going to let go of you. I don't care what his reasons are. I don't care what he falls back upon. You are part of, it's almost like you're part of his bloodline. You're into his bloodstream. He cannot let you go. He is borderline somewhat obsessive with you. So he may say many things in manipulation here and there. That being said, he really had to step onto his ego to reach on out towards you. And I'm going to say really good for you because you've been waiting for him to reach on out. And yet you still stood your boundaries and you still said that you're not coming on back because he hurt you. Or anyways, something, yeah. No, like seriously, good for you, sweetie. So let's go see. Let's go and see the update. He's not done. He's going to come on back. He's going to come on back with like sweet little words. He's not necessarily going to come on back with big promises. Don't expect promises from him. You're not getting promises, my love. No. he's going to come on back. What you're going to get is a little bit like of a chase kind of a thing. He'll come on back. He'll be nice and be sweet. Like, oh, but I miss you. But, oh, I love you. But, oh, can I come on over? Little things, little here and there, here and there. He's not giving up just because you said that. No, I love that you said it because it shows your boundaries and it shows what you want and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable for you. And he needs to know that that is a non-negotiable, that he can't pull this crap onto you. It's not okay. Basically, though, you're still going to end up together. But good for you for saying what you need to say. So I'm going to say understand why this has brought up so many emotions. I mean, you spoke your truth. You let him know what you want and what you don't want. And you don't want to repeat the same cycle without any real change. Yes, I love it. Now, looking into his energy, there's no doubt. Like, he wants another chance. He's realizing that his words alone are no longer good enough, right? No more blah, 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 blah. It's no longer good. No more manipulation. But again, Shakira, I know that this fight or this conflict is not quite over, but I'm also going to say to you, I feel like you're going to end up into this cycle again. I feel like you will in 2 months' time. We will see. Hopefully you will not. Hopefully you guys will be able to switch this cycle. It's not going to happen. But otherwise, in 2 months' time, you're back into the same kind of thing of he's not talking and he's back into his values and into his thoughts. And he'll take like a break for a week or two and he'll come back again. So let's try to break the cycle if we can. You can only do so much. He's going to have to do a lot of work himself because the problems are coming from him. So he does want to have another chance. The energy over here of wanting to reconnect is there. He's aware that he has to rebuild your trust. He's aware that this relationship needs to move on forward. Does he know how to move it on forward? No, he does not know how to move it on forward. But does he want to be with you? Yes, he does. So I'm basically going to say he wants to be with you. He's going to say he's willing to do an awful lot of things. Is he willing to do everything? No, he just wants you back into his life. That being said, my question for you is if he comes back into your life and you guys are seeing each other and you're dating and you're doing everything as usual, but everything stays stagnant, are you okay with that type of relationship? If you are, there's no problem. You continue. No problem. But if you're not, at some point, you're going to end up, like I said, like in 2 months' time, facing the same type of an issue where you're going to want more out of the relationship and he's not going to be able to deliver it to you. So that's my cautious thing. All right. I know he loves you. I know he wants you. He always has. He always will, because he's borderline, like I said, obsessive. You give him and you provide him the love and the nourishment and the fantasies and everything he wants. You embody that perfect, beautiful woman for him, and he loves you. He doesn't want to let go of you. Already that he stayed away for like 2-3 weeks is amazing. It's like he did a Houdini with himself, quite frankly. But that being said, I need you to be aware that this is gonna come on back into the future, sweetheart. Messages for you. Is this one card or is it two? It's one. I love you. No, it's two. There's another one stuck behind it, I swear. Oh, there you go. It was. So many things remind me of you. I knew that card was too thick. All right. You were the best thing into my life. It was my fault, but I kind of blamed you, and I've lost myself for a while. I buried myself into work to forget you, and I replay our conversations over and over, sweetie pie. Sweet Lord, this man. Ah, la, 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 la. I want to speak with him. That's all I have to say. Let's go with this one. I miss us. I want to tell you something. Do you still think of me? I'm not giving up. I want to fix this. You've changed me. I'm ready if you are. Sweetie pie. Those are powerful cards. That being said, my beautiful Shakira, I'm going to say, may love be with you and may it unfold. Let me know tomorrow how this goes. It is open again. It is open again. It is. Elaine, if you want to wait till tomorrow, it would be better because we've actually closed for like an hour. So I'm going to go and be with Juanson. And yeah. Oh, that was a long time ago, sweetheart. Juanson, sweetie. Here we go. Juanson. Let me do this and that and that, and let's go see Juanson. I see you tomorrow, my beautiful. You were so busy today. If you don't have a million questions, you can go ahead with it, Elaine. But if you've got a million questions, no. I'm going to be with Juanson. I'm going to let you decide if you got a million questions or not, all right? I do need to actually go and pin Juanson's message, though. It was a while ago. Where is it? Oh, there you go. It's over there. Okay, so Juanson it is. Elaine, you're up into the air if you don't have a million questions. If you have like 2 or 3, you're good. If you have like 4 or 5, no. 1, okay. Juanson, here we go. Yeah, I'm bargaining now with Elaine for the amount of questions she could ask. Alright, so Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. What have you been up to? What have you been thinking of? What is onto your mind? Oh my God, followed by the Emperor. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever it is that you've been wondering, just go and do it. Just like Nike, do it. Yeah, nice, strong, and powerful thoughts, ideas, abundance coming your way, and you're really just doing what you've got to do onto your own side, sweetie. So go, do it, get up, go, buy that Toyota. Other than that, I'm not going to say go and speak with Spacehead. I wouldn't do that, but do what you got to do. Oh, that's a lot. Oh my gosh. It sounds right to you? Oh. Okay, here we go. Let's go see how he is doing. Alrighty. Get ready for a crampy hand tonight, Juanson. How is he doing? I do have our King of Pentacles. I also do have our 8 of Pentacles. She's doing good. Look, I have over here with our King of Pentacles, it's like different type of offers and different type of opportunities are coming her way. Whatever kind of barriers are actually stopping her, I feel like she's working towards them. I feel like she's passing through them and things are actually making sense for her. So I'm actually going to have to say she's being really, really quite productive and moving on forward. Everything that has to do with career, studies, everything as such. Nothing lovey-dovey coming on through, just careers and love. Careers and forward movement within her studies. Angel message for you. Your angels want you to know that what feels delayed is not denied. There are blessings quietly taking shape behind the scenes. Even if you cannot yet see the full picture, continue to trust your intuition. Keep your heart open and don't let temporary setbacks convince you that you've been forgotten. You're being guided towards greater peace, love, and abundance. An oracle message. Trust the unfolding. You are entering a chapter where patience will become your greatest strength. Not everything needs to happen today, for it will happen at the right time. What is meant for you is finding its way. Focus on growth, and the right people and opportunities will align with your path. Love messages. The more time passes, the more people appreciate what you have actually shared. I still smile when something reminds me of you. I'm slowly letting down my walls because I want something that is real. I miss our conversations more than I actually expected to. How was the Spider-Man movie, sweetie? Was it any good? Did you like it? I don't know. It's I probably won't see it. I'm just wondering if it was any good or not. I know there's something that's out because when I went to the movies, the movie we wanted to see was not available. And I asked my kids, I'm like, do you want to go see Spider-Man? They all looked at me like, because my kids don't watch that. Most people do. We don't. But I'm curious. Did you like the Spider-Man movie? Was it good? I'm sure it's doing really good at the box office. Anything that is Spider-Man, Superman, Mission Impossible, all those things, they always do really good. Elaine, let's go see. How is your abstract logo design so far? Actually, quite good. You put a lot of love and a lot of intention, a lot of thought into it. You're hitting a lot of core details that I feel that are actually quite important. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of potential around the project that you're working on too. The design feels like it does have, I'm actually going to say, a very strong, I feel like it has a strong foundation, but there may still be a feeling of something being refined or kind of missing before it feels like it's completely finished. All right. So yeah, I'm going to say the energy over here actually reminds me altogether. The energy reminds me of your dream where, what was it? The white t-shirt was done well, but needed something more. It feels like that's the core idea that is here. There's like a concept, there's a structure, and there's a creativity that are kind of showing at the same time. But the final touches are what is actually going to make it stand out. So I'm basically going to say the message coming on through is whether the logo communicates the story or feeling behind the brand quite clearly, whether there is a very memorable element that makes people instantly recognize it, whether simplifying certain parts could make the main idea stronger. And sometimes with your creative work, the hardest part is really just knowing when to stop adding and to just kind of allow the strongest elements to shine. So I'm going to say your creativity is already there. It's already very present. Don't doubt the work because it isn't finished yet. Refinement is going to be part of the process. Keep shaping it, if you will, until it feels like it's authentically yours. But so far, I'm going to say the project is really quite good. I feel like it is very nice. I'm going to say trust where you are, follow on through, continue to adjust, and continue to create with it. But it's very nice. It seems like it's onto a beautiful path. I will check it on out. Thank you, my beautiful Carrie, sweetie. That being said, my beautiful loves, we shall end the live for tonight, and we shall see each other tomorrow, same place, same time. You did? I do, Shakira, sweetie. Shakira, it is going to be posted in just a few moments, but yeah, that's your reading, sweetie pie. So we'll see each other tomorrow, same place, same time. Love you guys. See you tomorrow, sweeties. My pleasure, Shakira.